What a day it is today. I'm not gonna sit and pretend like it doesn't bother me what I'm about to talk about today, because obviously you've seen from the title. Today we're gonna be talking about, my journey here moving to Miami, because, it hasn't been easy. It's been a very long, hard journey. I don't want to say I'm in a good mental state, but I'm way better than I was before I moved here, because before I moved here, it was tough. I was a very different person. I was very dark, very quiet, very just to myself. And honestly, I'm still kind of like that now. I'm a lot better. I'm a lot more social. I've gotten to the point where I can actually talk to people without being this total mess. Don't get me wrong, this apartment is beautiful. I worked hard to get this apartment. I'm very happy. I'm very grateful for what I have. From the bed to this here to all that in the corner, pretty much all that I've gotten on my own, and I'm very grateful to be in the position I am now, having to do pretty much all of these things that I've gotten on my own, good accomplishments. I'm 22, living from Miami, 45th floor. I make decent money for my age, and I feel like I'm in a good path. I feel like I've made a couple mistakes. Who hasn't? But I feel like on the direction I'm going, I'm doing pretty good. But it's very difficult, going through all these hurdles and milestones by yourself. I'm gonna get out of this because I look bad. See you guys in a second. Let me change. I'm not gonna lie, this has been weighing on my mind just a little bit over the past couple of days. So yeah, this is kind of important to me. Let's go. A bit windy out here, so I'm sorry if it's loud or whatever. I want to talk about my experiences being here in Miami, specifically me being here by myself. And that's kind of a lie, because I do have a roommate. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the channel, or if you're new, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is your first bid. I am Ty. I'm cool. I'm chill. But as you guys will know, if you've been keeping up with the channel, I do have a roommate, Jerry. He's my best friend, actually. So I technically did have friends or whatever to be here in Miami, but honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I did have a large group of friends. Well, I'm not going to say large. I did have a group of friends. It was three guys. There were three guys in my life that I could call my truest friends, because I still have nothing. But when I was at my lowest and I had nothing, literally to my name, they were there for me. And through the years, growing up, whatever, and going through life, of course you lose people, you gain people. Moving to Miami was not easy. Honestly, if I had to rate it, it would probably be one of the hardest things I had to do in my life, mainly because it was something I could not prepare for. Before I moved out, I thought I had life figured out. I was 18, 19 at the time. I don't know, it's a little hard to not feel kind of, I don't want to say betrayed, because if they do see this video, but when you go through so much with somebody, and this could be even in a relationship. Let's say you don't even have you say your best friends, but let's say you've had a past girl or ex or whatever. When you go through so much with somebody, your ups, your downs, your darkest moments, your brightest moments, and then you lose them. When you go through more experiences, it kind of feels empty in a way, because you feel like you're supposed to be experiencing these things for the first time with the people you know best, and without them, it just, I don't know. I do love Miami, don't get me wrong. Just look, the city's fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful view. Literally, people stop every 5 minutes right here to take a picture, and I can't record with people literally standing right there listening to me because of my crippling anxiety. But I do love Miami, but it does feel like I'm missing my peoples. But that does bring me to the next point of this video. So, speaking on finding my people, I've been here for a year and a half, like I mentioned before. And of course, I have met new people. You guys have already seen Jade. I have met her at my job, and she's dope. I actually love hanging out with her. We hang out sometimes off camera, of course. When I first moved out here, it was a very dark time for me because it was all new. I moved out. FYI, I'm gonna say this here. I did go homeless. I still kind of don't realize that happened because it was so long ago for me, and it kind of feels like I don't know, like it was a dream or something. I try to suppress that part of my brain as much as possible. But, going through that made me realize that my friends that still live with their parents and stuff still haven't really grown up. And that kind of tears me a little bit because if we ever do meet up again, because I'm not saying that I'm never going to see my friends again because I still keep in contact with them. I still have their numbers. I still know where they live, all of that. So, it's still possible for me to see them again. But my biggest fear is that I feel like I'm gonna be way more mature than my friends because moving out, like when you're living with your parents, no matter how old you are, you still haven't seen life, regardless of how mature you think you are. Until you actually move out, you're not fully there because moving out, you're gonna experience so many things. You're gonna be pushed to your edge, like you're gonna do things you never thought you would have ever do. And you're gonna just completely evolve as a person. So I feel like if I ever do see my friends again, I'm gonna be on a different maturity level, and that's what scares me. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be like talking to high schoolers. All right, bro. I literally had to move because it's just too windy. So it is getting a little dark. So I want to end this video off with a story time with one of my friends and a scenario that I had that kind of made me realize that he still has a childlike mindset. But I do want to do a part 2 because I want to go deeper into the dark side. It was kind of more of a general idea, but I do want to go deeper in my thoughts. But I couldn't really do it because it was windy as hell and people kept literally stopping right there. It was annoying. So a little story time. So actually, one of my friends, I call my truest friends, did visit me last year in spring break around this time. Actually, he came out here, and around that time, I was actually going to this wine bar thing. It was this party thing with my job. Side note, but it kind of makes sense to the story. Imagine an outside garden, but has a canopy of leaves on top, and then is for wine, something like that. Try to imagine that if you can. So yeah, I was at that, right? Him and his brother visited me on spring break for a week. So around the same time I went to the wine bar thing, and there was this girl there that he was interested in, right? So eventually he started flirting with her, but in the way he was doing it was really immature way because the way he was flirting with her is like when you do when you're in high school. You just kind of tease her a lot. So when you're mature, you kind of understand that there's a level of teasing that you do, but you don't go overboard. The way he was doing it was really when you're in high school and you just really want to show your aggression because when you're young, you think the only thing to show a woman is that you can dominate and that you can beat up everybody else or whatever. That kind of over masculine thing, the thing that kids do, right? He was doing that, and it really showed me that he hasn't really grown up yet as in a maturity type of way. He's still, of course, he's a grown man. He's 23 or 4 this time, I believe. I'm actually younger than him, but I have a more mature mindset because of just the things I've gone through and the experiences I've been through. And as you guys can see, people still taking pictures. That just really scares me. That I don't know. Hopefully, eventually, they'll move out. They're older than me and haven't moved out of their parents' house, so I don't know when they're doing it. I don't know what the plan is. It has been a couple months since I've last talked to my childhood friend, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But like I said, I do want to do a part 2, getting deeper into my thoughts with this thing. Let me go though because it's getting bad. It's getting really dark, but it is beautiful. Hopefully the camera's doing justice to this city. Look at this. But part 2 would be more of a sit down type of video. I'm gonna stay at home and really just get into my deepest, darkest experiences, but how I had to go through that alone and how I had, my friends not there. So that's kind of it, guys. If you did enjoy the video, you made it this far, thank you for watching. You know, it was kind of a rough video. You know, I was not expecting to come out here and for it to be super fucking windy. People were literally staring at me. It was a lot going on, but hopefully you enjoy it. You know, I enjoy making it, so that's the thing. Let me go though. I just got the worst news ever. Well, let me go. I gotta go.